Today, we're going to tackle a massive challenge, one that plagues so many organizations. Why do even the most brilliant strategies fail? We're going to explore this whole problem using some amazing insights from the Jordan Alliance Group's 2025 review.
Okay, let's just dive right into this quote, because it's so good. Execution doesn't fail loudly. It erodes quietly. Man, that really gets to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's not some big, sudden catastrophe. It's more like this slow, silent decay of momentum, a gradual drift away from the goal that happens right under our noses.
So yeah, we're calling this the silent strategy killer. It's that super frustrating feeling, and I bet a lot of leaders out there know exactly what I'm talking about, when a plan kicks off with all this energy and promise, and then it just kind of fizzles out, and you're left scratching your head, trying to figure out exactly why.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever been part of a brilliant strategy that just somehow lost its steam? It never really delivered on its full promise? Look, this isn't about a lack of vision. The source material is super clear on this. Most companies, they know exactly where they want to go. The real struggle, the real beast, is the follow-through. Turning that big vision into sustained, meaningful action.
Okay, so if the strategy itself is solid, and the team is working their tails off, what is the root cause of this erosion? Well, the answer isn't just try harder. It's about looking deeper at the very structure of the organization itself.
And this is where it gets really interesting. Take a look at these reasons. None of these are, dramatic, headline-grabbing failures. These are the small, structural gaps, the quiet friction points, things like unclear ownership or everybody having competing priorities. These are the things that build up over time, slowing everything down until, eventually, progress just grinds to a halt.
So that begs the question, right? Where does the real problem lie? This question, it forces us to make a really crucial shift in our thinking. If we really want to solve this for good, we can't just keep piling on more processes or another dashboard. Nope, we have to go deeper and fix the foundation.
And the solution isn't some other complicated framework you and your team have to learn. It's about building something way more fundamental, something permanent inside the organization. And that's what the Jordan Alliance Group calls execution infrastructure.
So here's the big mental shift you got to make. Stop thinking of execution as just a phase of a project. Instead, you have to see it as a permanent system that's literally embedded in the company's DNA. It's a structure that's built to withstand pressure and, importantly, outlast any single initiative.
And this is what that structure actually looks like in practice. This tag forward model, it lays out 4 essential layers. See how it starts with that solid foundation? That's alignment and priorities, making sure everyone is pulling in the same direction. Then you build on that with a consistent operating cadence. That's the rhythm of the business. This supports crystal clear accountability, and all of that leads to crisp decision clarity right at the top. It's a complete system, a machine for turning strategy into reality.
So what happens when you actually get this infrastructure in place? Well, the whole organization makes this critical shift. You go from just being busy to being truly effective.
And you can see that change right here. It's a total transformation. Before, you know how it is. Meetings are just endless status updates. But after, they become forums for making actual decisions. Before, it feels like everything is a top priority, right? Well, after, there's a shared clarity on what really matters. And the result of all this? Progress just accelerates. And not because people are working harder, but because their work is suddenly clearer and way more focused. Man, this quote from a client, it just says it all, doesn't it? We finally stopped pretending everything was equally important. That perfectly captures that aha moment, that feeling of relief and power that comes from getting real focus and making tough trade-offs, instead of just being stuck in that awful trap of competing priorities. Now look, this isn't just some consulting model that's based on a few observations. This is an idea that's backed up by some serious academic and intellectual work. It gives it a really solid foundation of credibility.
First off, you've got extensive doctoral research on transformation execution. This academic work, it rigorously documented and confirmed the very same patterns that they were seeing in boardrooms and with clients day in and day out.
And then, these powerful insights were brought to a much wider audience with the book, The Execution Era. And it was written specifically for those leaders who are feeling that quiet erosion of their plans and just need a practical way forward.
So the core finding from both the research and the book, it all reinforces this central belief we've been talking about. Strong, brilliant strategies, they don't fail because they're bad ideas. They falter because the underlying infrastructure needed to support them just isn't there.
So where does this whole discipline of execution go from here? I mean, in a world of constant change and just insane complexity, the focus on solid follow-through is more critical than it has ever been.
Yeah, the work is definitely continuing. Looking ahead to 2026, the big focus is on deepening this execution infrastructure. And they're exploring how new technologies like AI can be integrated to make strategic follow-through even more powerful and, well, intelligent.
And that leaves us with one final, really crucial question to think about for your own team, for your own strategies. It's not about whether your plan is brilliant. The real question is the system you have in place truly built to last?